So, after discussing the quantum numbers, today I am going to take few questions and then we will discuss about the electronic configuration. The first question might be, write orbital designation for following set of quantum number. Following set of quantum number. And given that principal quantum number is 2, azimuthal quantum number is 0. Second is principal quantum number is 4, azimuthal quantum number is 2. Third is principal quantum number is 3, azimuthal quantum number is 1. Fourth one is principal quantum number is 6, azimuthal quantum number is 2. Fifth one is n is equal to 4 and L is 3. As I have mentioned, we have to write down the principal quantum number first. Then if L is 0, then subcell will be S. So designation for first one will be 2S. Second one, it will be 4D. Third one, it will be 3E. Next one is 6D. And the last one will be 4F. I hope you understand. First of all, we have to write down the principal quantum number, then the subcell. If value of L is 0, then H subcell. Value of L is 1, then it will be P subcell. If 2, D, 3, F, and G. If 4, G, that is a hypothetical subcell. Now, question may be in other way also. Write down the principal and azimuthal quantum number. Write principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number for following orbital. Following orbitals. And question is, first one is 4F, next one is 5D, next one is 6S, and the last one is 3P. From here, in 4F, principal quantum number is 4 and azimuthal quantum number is 3. As F subcell is there. For second one, 5D is there. So principal quantum number will be 5. Azimuthal quantum number will be 2. For third one, 6S is there. So principal quantum number will be 6. Azimuthal quantum number will be 0. Fourth one, 3P. Principal quantum number is 3. Azimuthal quantum number is 1. I have mentioned you the azimuthal quantum number can never be greater than or equal to the principal quantum number. On basis of this, question might be there: 1P, 2D, 3F, and 4G subcell can never exist. Why? 1P, 2D, 3F, 4G subcell can never exist. Why? The reason is simple one. For first one, 1P means principal quantum number is 1 as well as azimuthal quantum number is 1, which is never possible. Same way for 2D, principal quantum number is 2, azimuthal quantum number is 2, which is never possible. 3F, principal quantum number is 3, azimuthal quantum number is 3. For 4G, principal quantum number is 4, azimuthal quantum number is 4. These set of quantum number are never possible. Hence, 1P, 2D, 3F, 4G subcell can never exist. Now, we have to discuss a very important topic on basis of which all the chemistry of elements is going to be decided, and that topic is electronic configuration. That topic is electronic configuration. First of all, we have to know what we understand by electronic configuration. Electronic configuration means arrangement of electrons in various subcell of an atom. Arrangement of electron in various subcell of an atom, that is known as electronic configuration. Now, the electronic configuration of elements will depend on three rules. The electronic configuration of elements will depend on three rules or principle, and the first one is Above rule. First one is Above rule. Above rule or Above principle. Generally, one question is asked, the word above stand for. Generally, one question is asked, the word above stand for. Actually, it is not a name of scientist, it is a German word. Above means a German word. Above is a German word which means to build up. Which means to build up. Above is a German word which means to build up. And according to it, the filling of various subcell will take place in increasing order of energy. Filling of various subcell will take place in increasing order of energy, and that order might be 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d, then 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p. Next, 7s, 5f, 6d, and 7p. I am repeating it. Above principle states that, above rule states that the filling of various atomic orbital will take place in increasing order of energy, and that order might be 1s first of all, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, and 7p. And this order can be remembered by use of two methods. The first one is we have to draw a diagram. When n is 1, then L can be 0. So one orbital or one subcell will be 1s. When n is 2, then L can be 0 and 1. So there are two orbitals or two subcell, 2s and 2p. Same way, when n is 3, L can be 0, 1, 2. So we can write 3s, 3p, 3d. Next one is when n is 4, L can be 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. Same way when n is 5, all these are possible. 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. When n is 6, all may be possible, but we have to take 3. 6s, 6p, and 6d. And finally, when n is 7, then we have to take 2s and 7s and 7p. Now we have to draw a diagonal. We have to draw a diagonal on these subcells I have written. And from this, we can get this order itself. First of all, we make 1s, then 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, 7p. I am repeating. First of all, you have to make a diagram like this. For principal quantum 1, only one orbital you have to write 1s. Then when n is 2, we have to write 2s and 2p. When n is 3, we have to write 3s, 3p, 3d. 4s, 4p, 4d, and 4f. 5s, 5p, 6, 5d, 6, 5f. Like that way we can write. Now we have to draw a diagonal. Keep it in mind, the orbital on which the diagonal comes first is filled first, then the second orbital. Like that, order will be 1s, then 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, 7d. And the second method to remember this order, that is known as n plus L rule or Bohr-Buri's rule. N plus L rule, N plus L rule or Bohr-Buri's rule. N plus L rule or Bohr-Buri's rule. Very important one to remember the energy of two or more atomic orbital or order of this. According to this rule, if we want to compare the energy of two orbital, according to this rule, if we want to compare the energy of two orbitals, then the orbital having higher n plus L value should have higher energy. If we want to compare energy of two orbital, then the orbital having higher n plus L value should have higher energy. But if n plus L value for two orbital is same, then the orbital having higher n should have higher energy. I am repeating. According to this rule, if we want to compare the energy of two orbital, then we have to compare their n plus L value. The orbital with higher n plus L value should have higher energy. And if two orbital have same n plus L value, then we have to compare their n value. The orbital with higher n should have higher energy. But one thing more, for hydrogen atom, the energy will depend only on principal quantum number, not on azimuthal quantum number. For hydrogen atom, the energy will depend on only principal quantum number, not on azimuthal quantum number. I will take the numericals. Now, first of all, I am applying this rule on 4s and 3d subcells. 4s and 3d subcell, which is having higher energy, we can calculate. For 4s, n is 4, L is 0, so n plus L value comes out to be 4. And when for 3d, n is 3, L is 2, then the value comes out to be, n plus L value comes out to be 5. Hence, 4s has energy lesser than 3d. 4s has energy lesser than 3d. Now, for 5d and 4f orbital we have to do, which is having higher energy. Here for 5d, n is 5, L is 2, so n plus L value is 7. Same way for 4f, n is 4, L is 3, n plus value is 7. These two orbital are having same n plus L value. Now we have to see value of n. Hence, 5d has a energy greater than 4f subcell. I hope you understand. Now what I am telling about hydrogen atom. For hydrogen atom, the energy will depend on only principal quantum number. Energy will depend only on principal quantum number. There might be question for hydrogen atom. For hydrogen atom, arrange 3s, 3p and 3d subcell in order of energy. Then our answer should be 3s is equal to 3p is equal to 3d. For hydrogen atom only, 3s is equal to 3p is equal to 3d, because for hydrogen atom, the energy will depend only on principal quantum number. I hope you understand the above rule. It is a German word which means to build up, and according to it, we have to fill the various atomic orbital in increasing order of energy, and that order can be determined with the help of that diagram which I have drawn, or with the help of the n plus L rule, and order will be 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d and 7d. You have to remember this order. Now, the second rule to write down the electronic configuration, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. Very important one. Pauli's exclusion principle. And according to this principle, no two electron in same set of atom can have same set of all four quantum number. I am repeating. For no two electron in same atom can have same set of all four quantum number. Three quantum number can be same. Their principal quantum number can be same. Their azimuthal quantum number can be same. Their magnetic quantum number can be same. But their spin quantum number will be always different. If one electron is having plus half spin, then second should have minus half spin. Or this rule states that an orbital can have maximum of 2 electrons. An orbital can have maximum of 2 electrons of opposite spin. One of plus half, then other of minus half. I am repeating. This principle can be stated in two ways. The first one is, it states that no two electron in same set of atom can have same set of all four quantum number. Three can be same, principal, azimuthal, magnetic, but spin quantum number will be always different. Or it can be stated that an orbital can have maximum of 2 electron of opposite spin. Next rule is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. 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 It is also very important one, and it states that the pairing of electron in degenerated set of orbital. Degenerated means the orbital which are having same energy. The pairing of electron in degenerated set of orbitals cannot take place until each orbital is filled with electron of same spin. I am repeating. According to this rule, the pairing of electron in degenerated set of orbital cannot take place until each orbital is filled with electron of same spin. For example, nitrogen electronic configuration, we can write it 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. But we cannot write it 1s2, 2s2, 2px2 and 2py1 and 2pz0. The latter one is wrong, but the first one is correct. In degenerated set of orbital, degenerated set means the orbital which are having same energy, they should have first electron of same spin, then pairing will start. Now we have to apply these three rules to write down the electronic configuration of elements. First, I am going to discuss about the first 30 elements. Then we will discuss the electronic configuration of all elements. But today we will discuss about only the first 30 elements, which are very important for our later on chemistry chapters too. The first element we know, that is hydrogen. Its atomic number is 1. So its electronic configuration will be 1s1. First element is hydrogen, lightest element of periodic table. Atomic number is 1, electronic configuration is 1s1. Second one is helium. Atomic number is 2, then it will be 1s2. 1s2. A S subcell can have maximum 2 electrons, we have mentioned. P can have 6, D can have 10, F can have 14, while G can have 18. But G is not required till the element is discovered. Next one is lithium. Atomic number is 3. So configuration will be 1s2. This subcell is completely filled. Then we have to write down the next one, 2s1. It will be 1s2, 2s1. Next one is beryllium. Atomic number 4. So configuration will be 1s2, 2s2. We can use the noble gas core also with them. For lithium it will be helium, 2s1. For beryllium it will be helium, 2s2. Next the element is boron. Atomic number is 5. I am using the noble gas core. It will be helium, 2s2, 2p1. Next one is carbon. Atomic number 6, it will be helium 2s2 2p2. Next one is nitrogen. Atomic number 7, configuration will be helium 2s2 2p3. Next one is oxygen 8, helium 2s2 2p4. Next one is fluorine. Atomic number 9, configuration will be helium 2s2 2p5. Next one is neon, that a noble gas. I am writing the complete air 1s2 2s2 2p6. I have mentioned S subcell can have maximum 2 electrons, P6, D10, F14. Now next element is sodium. Atomic number is 11. It will be configuration noble gas, neon. Next subcell will be 3s1, neon 3s1. Next one is magnesium. Atomic number is 12. It will be neon 3s2. Next one is aluminium, neon 3s2 3p1. Now we have to write down the next element, and next element is carbon. Silicon. Silicon. Atomic number is 14. So electronic configuration will be neon 3s2 3p2. Next one is phosphorus. Atomic number 15. Neon 3s2 3p3. Next one is sulfur 16. Neon 3s2 3p4. Next one is chlorine 17. Neon 3s2 3p5. Next one is argon, a noble gas. I am writing the complete one 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6. Now we have to write down the electronic configuration of potassium, very important one. 19. It can be written as argon, a noble gas, 3d0 4s1. As I have mentioned, 4s should have lower energy than 3d, so we have to fill 4s before 3d. So configuration will be argon 3d0 4s1, or simply argon 4s1. Next one is calcium. Atomic number 20. It will be argon 3d0 4s2. Next one is scandium. Atomic number 21. Transition element, argon 3d1 4s2. After filling of 4s subcell, we have to start filling of 3d. So it will be argon 3d1 4s2. Next one is titanium 22. It will be argon 3d2 4s2. Next one is vanadium. Atomic number 23. Argon 3d3 4s2. Next one is chromium, very important one and exceptional, 24. It will be argon 3d5 4s1. And chromium has exceptional electronic configuration due to extra stability of half-filled electronic configuration. Extra stability of half-filled electronic configuration. After chromium, next element is manganese 25, argon 3d5 4s2. Next one is iron. Atomic number 26, argon 3d6 4s2. Next one is cobalt. Atomic number 27, argon 3d7 4s2. Now we have to take the last three elements. Next one is nickel. Nickel, atomic number 28. Electronic configuration will be argon 3d8 4s2. Next one is copper, that is also exceptional, atomic number 29. Argon 3d10 4s1. And copper has exceptional electronic configuration due to extra stability of fulfilled electronic configuration. And the last one is zinc, atomic number 30. Argon 3d10 4s2. Argon 3d10 4s2. We have to remember the electronic configuration of all element itself, but the first 30 are very important. I have discussed first 30. Tomorrow we will discuss about the whole element of periodic table. I will discuss about group wise and then each element. Next question may be there, why the half-filled copper and chromium has exceptional electronic configuration? Chromium and copper have exceptional electronic configuration due to extra stability of half-filled and full-filled electronic configuration. Extra stability of half-filled and full-filled electronic configuration. Next question might be there, why half-filled and full-filled electronic configuration are extra stable? Half-filled and full-filled electronic configuration are extra stable. The reason is due to symmetrical distribution of electron, and electron exchange energy. I hope you understand today's topic. It is very important for a chemistry aspirant or a chemistry student as well as a teacher. So you have to remember all the things. Tomorrow we will discuss the electronic configuration of all elements as well as electronic configuration of ions, magnetic moment, and with that we will finish this chapter. It is very important, I am telling, for our further chemistry study too. So be studied. Till then, thank you.